Good day everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Brighton Wonder Kids save, and we are at season number 7 and we are on what I would say is probably the home straight, or just the beginning of the home straight. We've got a few seasons left of this little experiment going on and I'd say it's been pretty successful so far. It's not been too bad. If we have a quick look and do a little bit of a recap again, let's have a look at my profile. So as you can see, we've got basically 8 trophies in the cabinet. 4 second places and 1 third place for 6 seasons going into 7. I'd say that's pretty darn successful. Financially wise, again, that's another resounding success. No debts. We've got nearly 500 million in the transfer budget. I just can't spend it. I can't, because of the way I've done this experiment. I've already got all the players that I want, really, besides 1 or 2 who may get sold and I can get replacements in, but there really isn't a lot going on besides buying new regens more than anything else. If we go back 1 season, so no incomings. Outgoings wise, we'll have a quick check of the dates. Just a lot of free transfers going out, and Marvin Wateu has gone to Everton on loan. I wanted him to get a full season under his belt because he's a player who's definitely got the potential there, 5-star potential, but he needs the game time. He wasn't quite getting it with us at the moment, so I decided to loan him out. Then another £203 million brought in. Sadly, it's RIP for Ferguson.
No. Wait.
At Brighton, Real Madrid came in with the bid as promised. In fact, actually, I think I accepted a slightly lower bid, but he was starting to get more and more annoyed. He wanted to go. At the end of the day, Real Madrid's come calling. What are you going to do? 160 million I got for Evan Ferguson, and for the player that he's turned into, I think that is more than a fair price. What an output he's had. Besides the season previous, even though he did get 23 goals, just not as many in the league last season, but he's been outstanding. 5 and 4 already for Real Madrid, which is ridiculous. Kadioglu also went for 36 million. Junior Krupi never really found his way in. The competition between him, Profundi, and Pedro in that shadow striker role, he just couldn't break in. So he's gone to Southampton for 25.5 million. Harvey Elliott has gone to Arsenal because he was starting to get less and less game time with more players coming through, and that is going to be a permanent transfer, I think, for, if I remember right, about 40 million. Transfer rent, let's have a look at his contract. Manager, oh sorry, 60 million mandatory future fee. Adam Wharton's contract ran out, didn't really get a chance with us, so it didn't work out, so he's gone for a free, and just a heck of a lot of loan deals for my younger players. But I did bring a few in, and obviously a few of them have gone straight out. So Celso Andre Santana is a central midfielder, Brazilian, 18 years old, a lot of potential, not going to break into the team yet, but with a passing and a technique just like that, game time is a must, so he's gone to Millwall on loan for the season. Dylan Beale from Everton, a English striker regen. He is rapid, to be fair, and he's got really good determination and flair, really good potential ability, so he's another one who could break into the team, but at 17 years old, I don't think I've got time to find him alone. Let's see how it goes with him. Antoni Tenas from Barcelona, 19-year-old striker. What a striker this guy is already. First touch and technique in the very high teens. Great determination, decision making and flair. Resolute personality, physicals of it. For 19 years old, this is ridiculous. He is wanted, but it's only loan because I've only just brought him in. Maximilian Anholcher from Frankfurt, 26 million, defensive midfielder. Wow. Again, at 18 years old, that is just a big wow. Look at all the arrows going up. Look at the aggression, the teamwork, and the technique for a ball-winning midfielder. In fact, if anything, he could probably play better as a regista, which actually, in the tactic, I've got a Segundo Volante, which isn't too dissimilar. So if you have a look at that and say put him on Segundo Volante, that's where he fits in. The only thing that he lacked, which he gets with more game time, is concentration and decisions, but the rest of it fits perfectly. So I've got 2 options here which way he could go. And the last one is Gianluca Belfiore from Calgary for 45 million, is a left back, regen, 19 years old. What more could be said? 16 tackling, 15 technique. Needs to work on the crossing and dribbling for being a wing back, but physically he's all there, mentally all there already, so he's only going to get better. Very, very happy with that. And that's 135 million spent. I think that's probably, going back over it, the most that I have spent on this save. It is. In fact, it's double the amount of what I've spent in my busier transfer window. So I've actually spent some money this time, but I've still got nearly 500 million left. But that being said, the schedule has started and it's not been the best. 1 win, 2 draws and a loss. I've played Arsenal more, or I will be playing Arsenal more times than I care to imagine. 4 times in the space of the first 2 to 3 weeks. Sorry, 4 weeks of the season. Who came up with that fixture plan? I do not know. I have no idea, but it's not started off the best. A 3-3 draw away at Villa Park I think is actually alright. A 0-0 draw away at Brentford, not too bad. A 3-0 win at home, and then obviously the Community Shield was Arsenal, so I'm not too fussed about the Community Shield. But I've got Arsenal in the Carabao Cup, then the Prem, and then the Champions League. I mean, come on. Squad-wise, as it is, it look. I mean, how many players have we got here to compete on all fronts? 23 players. I think that's all right. We've got a good balance to the squad now in attacking and defence. So we are looking very, very strong. Goals haven't exactly been flying in, but that will come. That will come indeed. We'll also have a look at the tactic. As I said, I've actually put in Rago and Van Persie. Van Persie, this is his start of the season. He's going to take up the slack now from Ferguson being sold. So with Ferguson going, that's our striker talisman gone. How do you think this season is going to go? Well, let's go and simulate it and go and find out. To win the title 2 seasons in a row was always going to be hard, and this season definitely proved it. Registering 4 losses and 6 draws in our opening first half of the season is definitely not title defence form. Losses to Man United, Spurs and Newcastle meant the writing was already on the wall. That of course didn't mean we were out of it though. A 4-0 win versus Everton, a 3-2 win versus Man City, and a 3-0 win versus Wolves still kept us in contention. But later losses to Man City and Palace in the derby ended our title defence, losing out to Man United. In the domestic cups it wasn't much better either. We were absolutely terrible. Arsenal narrowly beat us on penalties in the Carabao Cup, and Stoke, what the hell, beat us 3-1 in the FA Cup. The Champions League offered our best chance of success, or so I thought. After winning 8 of 8 in the league phase with fantastic wins against Bayern Munich 1-0, beating Arsenal 3-0 and Fenerbahce 6-0, we faced Nice, only to narrowly pass them on penalties, and then to be knocked out in the quarter-final 1-0 on aggregate by RB Leipzig and ending a disappointing season. Well, it's not exactly been the best, has it? As I said in the highlights reel, it's been. It feels like it's been a season of almosts, maybes, but not actually just hitting it. I mean, you look at our table form. Actually, we were around the Europa League spots for quite a long time, and then we started picking it up and made a late push, but it was all too little, too late. We ended up finishing 14 points behind Man United. We lost 7 games this season. 2 of them being at home, 2 Man United and Newcastle, which is disappointing. An away loss at West Ham and Crystal Palace is disappointing. But it's the home draws as well. Spurs, Southampton, Arsenal. Dropping points there is not ideal. The fact that Van Persie only got 23 goals in the league, which actually is more league goals than what Ferguson got last season. But if we have a look at the squad and we have a look at the goals first, Van Persie with 23 and 6, Buonanotte with 13 and 7. That's a drop down a little bit. 12 and 8 from Profundi, 11 and 14 from Pedro, and then 9 and 7 from Scott. Again, consistent. He's one of my most consistent players, actually, Alex Scott. He is excellent. Absolutely excellent in this game. Very consistent all round the nearly 7 mark, but goals and assists, solid. Absolutely solid. But yeah, not a lot of output from the rest of my main boys, and a little bit of a drop off. So I think things are going to have to be tweaked for next season. But yeah, as I say, competitions wise, Champions League. Who on earth is that? Kaskievit? What? Why has that come up like that? Kaskievit Milan. I've never seen that before. I don't know whether you guys have or not. That's weird. Okay. Then I say FA Cup, 4th round by Stoke, 3rd round by Arsenal. It's just it's meh. It's a meh season, and I don't like it. Things have got to improve, and I've not really got much else left to review on this, so I'm going to leave it there and get this season of disappointment out of the way and roll on to season number 8, and hopefully bring you guys a little bit more success and a few more trophies for the cabinet. So if you did enjoy this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Have a look at the rest of the videos I've got for the rest of the series. Don't just start it from here, start it from the start. There's so many playlists on my channel now. Go and have a look, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later. Ta-ra.